They, I don't know what I can describe Vinny, but you all know, you all watch him every time. I am also from Africa, by the way. I live in the UK, so if you want to insult me, that's fine. We are reacting to what we see and hear. We are not fabricating anything. Everything that the lady just said came from Charlie Kirk's own mouth. And I'm still going to make a video of compilations of things that Charlie Kirk have said. All right, so let me go to the part where
Drive road.
All right, this is a press conference.
You saw some of that in the video that we released last night. Consists of a grassy area with trees on the edge of the UVU campus. Investigators discovered a bolt-action rifle wrapped in a dark-colored towel. The rifle was determined to be a Mauser Model 98 30-06 caliber bolt-action rifle. The rifle had a scope mounted on top of it. Investigators noted inscriptions that had been engraved on casings found with the rifle. Inscriptions on a fired casing read, "Notices bulges, capital O-W-O, what's this, question mark." Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist, exclamation point, catch, exclamation point." Up arrow symbol, right arrow, and symbol, and 3 down arrow symbols. Bullet? A second unfired casing read, "Oh Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Chow Chow." And a third unfired casing read, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO."
No comments?
We are indebted to
the part where he said, "If you read this, you are gay." There was complete silence. There was no wow, because that already is signaling to them that the shooter is not what we thought. The shooter is not somebody who supports gay rights, and the shooter is not trans. That's why there was complete silence. There was no wow.
Their local law enforcement, state law enforcement, and our federal partners with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. We're grateful for everyone who worked together in such a short amount of time to find this person and to bring justice. I want to thank the public who has been so engaged, reviewing videos, helping us with sending in tips, and helping us get to this point. I want to thank the family members of Tyler Robinson who did the right thing in this case and were able to bring him into to law enforcement as well. I especially want to thank the family of Charlie Kirk, Erica, Charlie's parents, his children. I want us to be thinking of them.
That is all.
Justice in this case.
That is all they say when somebody is shot and killed.
We will be working very closely
with them
as we move through this process as well. This is
somebody just
a very sad day for our country, a terrible day for the state of Utah. But I'm grateful that at this moment we have an opportunity to bring closure to this very dark chapter in our nation's history. With that, I will now turn the microphone over to the director of the FBI, Kash Patel.
Dumb Kash Patel.
Thank you, Governor.
Somebody said call him Cash Cow.
This is what happens when you let good cops be cops.
Good cops be cops.
The FBI and our partners are proud to stand here today.
This is what happens when you let good cops be cops. Can we all just sit down and sometimes analyze what some of these people are saying? This guy confessed to his dad. His dad phoned a pastor, and they all took this guy in a car and drove him to the police station. What did the cops do? The cops could not even get him. They could not trace his whereabouts. They could not catch him. The guy went home and he confessed to his dad. And now he's saying, this is what happened when you let good cops be cops. What did they do? Apart from making mistakes upon mistakes upon mistakes.
Together to bring justice to the family of Charlie Kirk and honor his memory. I want to express my deep gratitude to President Trump, the Vice President, and the entire White House who have been so incredibly supportive with both resources and just personally to the FBI as a team. They had our backs the entire way, and I just want to express my gratitude for giving us the resources we need to operate in this space to bring this sort of justice at this sort of speed. In 33 hours, we have made historic progress for Charlie. Governor Cox, our partnership has been absolutely incredible these last few days.
What did they do? What did they do? What did they do? This guy escaped and was at home with his family, and he confessed to his dad. His dad phoned a pastor and they drove him to the police station. So what did they do?
Your state and local partners, your sheriffs, your DPS community has been unbelievably impressive in the hardest of times. And a case like this cannot be solved, cannot be brought without partnering with your state and local authorities.
Is this not laughable?
There's a certain role to play, and we will play that role, and we will lead out for the federal government. But Governor Cox, we are so grateful for your state partnership that led out on this investigation.
What investigation?
Charlie was shot at 12:23 p.m. on Wednesday. The first FBI agents arrived on scene in 16 minutes with chiefs of police at 12:39.
And what did they do? Secure the scene. The guy was gone long time.
We utilize these assets to transport personnel, specialty technicians, hostage rescue teams. We also utilize these assets to go back and forth from the East Coast and here in Utah to transport forensic evidence and other evidence that will be analyzed and is being analyzed
do what?
At our FBI laboratories in Quantico and other laboratories, including the ATF. At my direction, the FBI released the first set of FBI photos of the suspect at 10 a.m. local time on 9/11. Then, shortly thereafter, the FBI reward of $100,000 was released at 10:45 a.m. local. Myself and Deputy Director Bongino arrived on the scene.
What is he talking about?
5:30 p.m. on 9/11.
There's no need to recount all of this.
Press conference last night.
Everything he's recounted did not lead to anything. Everything he's recounted is complete dog shit because it did not actually lead to his arrest. The boy confessed to his dad. And the dad phoned the pastor. I've said it how many times? Why is he recounting all of this?
Where at my direction, the FBI released a never before seen video of the suspect. We also released
a never before seen video. But you guys are the ones who are supposed to release any video, or you guys are the ones to do everything. When you say never before seen video, who was supposed to release the video? TMZ? Or somebody walking on the street? It's supposed to be you, the FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation. That is your job. That is your job.
New images to the public of the suspect. And just last night, the suspect was taken into custody at 10 p.m. local time.
But he was taken by who? The suspect was taken into custody. The suspect, dad and the pastor drove him. He was not taken. They drove him to...
In less than 36 hours, 33 to be precise, thanks to the full weight of the federal government and leading out with the partners here in the state of Utah and Governor Cox, the suspect was apprehended in a historic time period. And I want to highlight...
The suspect was not apprehended. Come on. The guy, his dad and their pastor drove him to the police station. What do you mean by apprehended? They did not bust doors. They did not say, down, FBI, police, hands up. Get on the floor now. They did not do that. They did not.
Highlight what Governor Cox said. This would not have been possible without you, the media, and you, the public. That's why we went so public, so fast, and we're so transparent, and we're committed to that transparency. The crime scene, just a little bit there. It is a large crime scene. State and local authorities, along with federal authorities, process that crime.
I don't know. There's no point in watching this. This is bro. Let me go to my people.
How do you feel about what Cassius said right now?
I mean,
7,000 yesterday, 11,000 today. We're going to run all those leads. You know, the details of the shooter having written things on it. If you're reading this, you're gay, LOL. You know, all the funny things he wrote in there.
All the funny things.
It's kind of, I don't know. And again, way too early, but it's as if it's the same.
Way too early?
Over and over and over again. I'm very...
You see how the tone have changed. Before this guy was in custody, it was the left. These guys are wicked. These guys want to kill us. It's war. You could see the rage. Look at his face. His face now is calm. You know why his face is calm? Because there's shit all over his face. He himself shat in his hand and rubbed the shit all over his face. Look at it. Look how now what is the rage? What's the sweaty red face? The veins have disappeared. Because it's not who they thought did the killing. Now they know it's one of ours. They know it's one of theirs. That is why he is calm. He is calm. Is he going to talk about Jesus again? Let me see.
This kid who apparently, I just sent Rob in the chat. He got a he's reading a letter of receiving a $32,000 scholarship. The kid looks like a normal kid. What makes someone like this a good kid that has a scholarship, that obviously has a brain, to do something? This isn't a, like you said, Pat, waking up in the morning and I'm going to go shoot Charlie Kirk. No, I believe there's something deeper. Who knows who was around him?
Can you play that clip that he's talking about?
Who knows who was around him? These guys are shifting the goalpost now in a way that you.
It was just texted to everybody. Yeah, but that one right there.
And again, way too early. But from the looks of it, this is
Way too early?
In my opinion, from coming from a military background to talking to military people,
Let's hear this. Let's hear see what he says.
Congratulations. You have been selected to receive the Resident Presidential Scholarship from Utah.
That is a kid. That is a kid. Because now they know it's one of theirs, the tension has suddenly. But with shit on their faces, they are now trying to change the narrative. Now, nobody knows what happened. If this guy was not one of theirs, oh my God, hell would have been, you cannot imagine the rage that was in their faces before this boy was arrested. Imagine if this boy wasn't one of theirs.
Utah State University. The value of this scholarship is approximately $32,000. This scholarship is available for 4 years or 8 semesters.
And
that's the kid?
That's the so that,
Allegedly, that's the kid?
So yeah.
It's the kid, not allegedly. What are you talking about, you dim shit?
What? And again, we don't know anything, just his name and jumping off the roof, and that's all him because some of the photos aren't even matching up. What makes someone like that?
The photos are not even matching up. Oh my God. That's why I've said anybody can start a podcast. Make your own YouTube channel. Put on your camera and start talking. Say whatever you want to say. Just keep it consistent. Say whatever. By the way, make sure you subscribe to mine because I'm going to keep saying whatever I want to say. These people were already making conclusions about who shot Charlie Kirk. Now that the guy who shot Charlie Kirk has been arrested, now we don't even know. We're not even sure if he's a kid. It doesn't even look like he's a kid. What did you expect? When you shit in your own hands, know that sooner or later you're going to put it in your face. Sooner or later you're going to put your finger in your mouth. And when you put your finger with shit in your mouth, enjoy it.
It was obviously bright enough to get a freaking scholarship, to get a rifle.
Bright enough to get a freaking scholarship.
On a roof and shoot someone in the neck in front of everybody in that fashion and then run away and with no escape plan.
Tom, what are you thinking, Tom?
Well, I'm thinking at some point in time this young man was radicalized. You don't go from
When was he radicalized? When was he radicalized?
all the descriptions that people have forward. He was radicalized and by someone or something. Let's say something or someone. Something. He started diving into literature, diving into
Listen, people, I'm sorry. This is so good. I'm loving this. This is one of the videos I've ever made that is so freaking good. Can you go back? Just go back, I think go back like 30 minutes because these guys, this was on live. I was watching this during the day. I made another video. Go check that video. This was on live. Before this kid was arrested, these guys were raging. The anger that was in this room. I could taste the anger. I could feel the anger from where I'm sitting. But now that the kid has been arrested, the kid confessed to his dad. His dad called their pastor. They put the kid in a car and drove him to the police station. But these people are finding it hard to accept that is one of theirs. Now he was radicalized by somebody. Everybody is radicalized by somebody. Everybody is born a good kid and radicalized. You guys should just accept that, you know what? It is one of ours. One of ours has put us to shame. Make it simple.
took himself down the rabbit hole and became angry, bitter, and changed so he could do it, or it was someone that guided him. We've seen this happen with young men before, not
for example,
assassinating someone, but we know the pathology. We know the pathology of young men. Maybe it's loneliness, maybe it's disassociation, whatever it is, and then finding something that leads him down this rabbit hole and then materially change. And people talk about it. Oh, between 18 and 20 years old, he completely changed. Look at Luigi. Killed
Luigi Mangione.
Yeah, killed the CEO of United Healthcare. People talk about the same thing, that something happened to him. He went away. Remember we talked about this, Pat, with him. Remember he went away. He went like to Hawaii or something for 2 years. He came back and his parents and friends and family were saying,
this podcast, this platform, these guys.
We didn't recognize his point of view. We didn't recognize his demeanor.
And this stream had 885,000 views.
If he isn't
expecting that the shooter was
the guilty one, right now we say he is the suspect that is going to be.
He's not a suspect. He confessed to his dad Come on, guys.
Indicted that is allegedly the assassin.
So I got it. So this is a picture of him and his dad, okay, before he went to college.
With the American flag.
That's right. Father on the left shoulder. Rob, go to the other thing, the DSA that you just had up. Was that him speaking, or was that where it says he's part of the DSA? You just had a tweet that the guys were speaking saying he's part of DSA.
Yeah, that was just a speaker from the DSA. It wasn't him, but they're saying that he's part of this group, Democratic Socialists of America.
Can you go on the Democratic Socialist of America? So who's on this? If you go to the website, what
These guys are trying their best to shift this thing.
on there?
The Bernie AOC squad side of things.
You just had a minute ago.
They are trying their best.
That had Mamdani on it. It had Rashidi on it. Where were you? You were literally just somewhere on the side of that.
Oh my God, this is so good.
Which one was it you were showing?
They are trying their best to shift it, to shift the blame.
The Democratic Socialists. These aren't Democrats.
Yeah, a guy from Serbia. A guy from Serbia yesterday came and said, "Please never talk to those guys that you did the Jubilee with." I said, "Why?" He said, "Just never talk to those."
They are trying their best to shift the blame. They don't want to accept.
How are you going to get to the bottom of it? You have to.
That is one of them.
What's going to be happening? Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I'm cramping.
Adam, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, oftentimes, when there's a shooting or mass shooting or school shooting, we want to get to the bottom of who was the shooter. In my
Of course, you have to know who was the shooter.
F these shooters. I don't want to know their names. I don't want to publicize their names. I don't want to give them any.
Do you hear that now? Do you hear Adam bullshit dick neck? Oh, I'm cramping. Come on. Oh my God. Oh, sorry, Adam. My quad. Oh my God. Don't move. I'm gonna pause this. Oh my God.
Any shot. I want to focus on Charlie. Charlie was murdered and assassinated the day before 9/11, 9/10. It was kicking off his American.
So before the guy was arrested, he was kicking off. He was saying the left. These people are vile. These people are evil. We must get to the bottom of it. Now, because the shooter is white, probably Republican, hate gay people, not a transgender. Now, he doesn't want to know about the shooter. He doesn't want to know about the shooter. He wants to focus on Charlie Kirk, who is dead. He doesn't want to find out the motive. He doesn't want to find out why. Does he really think that the family of Charlie Kirk will not want to find out why Tyler Robinson shot the husband, a dad, an uncle? Does he think they will not want to find out why? So for him, they should just be like, oh, let's focus on Charlie Kirk. Forget about the shooter. We don't want to know why, his motive. What were his reason? Let's just focus on Charlie Kirk. He's dead already anyway. Sorry, it might sound a little bit harsh, but he is gone. That's why you guys should not be playing with life. Because once you are gone forever. All people are going to say is, our thoughts and prayer are with the family. There's nothing you can do once someone is dead. And now you're trying to tell us to, forget about the killer. We don't even want to know his name. So if you want to forget about the killer, why was there a manhunt for him? Why were you looking forward for him to be captured? Why? Why didn't you just say, okay, you know what? Let's focus about Charlie Kirk. Forget about him. Forget about the guy who shot Charlie Kirk. Let's just focus about Charlie Kirk. But now that you know that the person that you guys were thinking that was going to be the assassin is not who you guys thought. So now, let's forget about him.
Comeback tour. 9/10 should be known as Charlie Kirk Day. I think President Trump has already expressed the fact that he will give posthumously.
I keep saying that anybody, anywhere can start a podcast.
Kirk, that's who we should be speaking about. These people that have been indoctrinated by whatever progressive leftism, whatever it is, screw them. And often
he has been indoctrinated by progressive leftism, screw them. You don't even know the motive. How can somebody be indoctrinated by progressive leftists and hate gays? And you guys claim before that all the leftists know is they are telling people to change their genders. They are encouraging people to be gay. But now, screw them. These guys are full of shit.
oftentimes
with shit on their faces.
Now,
Is TikTok?
Who cares what happened here?
Is the school system to blame? Are the professors to blame? Is our culture to blame? I don't know. But I want to give...
You don't know, then why are you opening your mouth? If you don't know something, you shut up and let people who know speak. Why are you saying things and then you say, I don't know? If you don't know, then stay quiet and listen to people who have something useful to say. I am just reacting to what he's saying. I am not saying anything. I am reacting. I am consuming their material. I am reacting. So nobody should come for me. But can you listen to what this guy is saying? Can you listen to what this guy is saying?
About this kid. That's my opinion.
Well, to me, I that sounds very noble, but I want to find out what happened.
Noble?
This doesn't happen again. We have to learn.
Of course.
This is the mugshot that was just released of the shooter, Tyler Robinson. They officially just released it.
Thank you.
Can I ask you one question?
Yeah.
If you got to sit with this kid right now, because I nothing more than what you're saying, it shines to me where if you could sit down with this guy right now, like not a podcast, but an interview, because what would you be asking?
The angry patriot wants to sit down with somebody who just assassinated Charlie Kirk and ask him, what was your motive? Who told you to go and kill Charlie Kirk? Imagine if this guy was a supporter of gay rights, if this guy was a trans, if this guy voted for a Democratic candidate, if this guy donated money to the Democrat, they would be screaming, kill him, death penalty, death penalty. He will not be saying, give him a chance to talk, let me speak to him. He will be singing death penalty. They were already saying death penalty. But now, tones have changed because it's not who they wanted it to be. Tones have changed. If you're watching me now, before you start your own YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe to mine, comment and tell me if these people are not snakes. And you can see shit on their faces. Now you want to sit with him.
Like, what would you be asking this kid? Because that's the truth. Because we're not going to hear nothing from this guy for a long time. Okay.
Listen, here's all I care about.
What do you want to hear from him?
If he's alive 90 days from now, we're going to find out what happened. If he in the next 48 hours, they're carrying him from a place to another place, and he doesn't make it, I'm going to be suspicious about what happened here.
Well, I just want to say one thing.
Conspiracies.
We almost know what he stands for. If he's the person that wrote on the bullet, fascists, LOL, you're gay.
Yeah, but you want to see more than that.
I totally understand here. I understand that, but
he wasn't saying that
feel
Charlie Kirk is gay. Charlie Kirk is married, has 2 kids. Don't try and twist what he said. Before the shooting, they said, while having dinner in the family, he already said he doesn't like Charlie Kirk. So why are these people trying to... This podcast, and you guys keep saying that people are being indoctrinated. During dinner in their family, the guy already said, I hate Charlie Kirk. The family have confirmed that he did not like Charlie Kirk. So why are you trying to gaslight? Why are you shifting the goalposts?
Interview these people. They've been indoctrinated so many times, and they need to take action. A fascist? Charlie Kirk is a fascist? Charlie Kirk is the anti-fascist. Charlie Kirk
is the anti-fascist.
Believes in open discourse. He believes in open debate. These people, if you have a difference of opinion with them, you now have a death sentence.
Which people? Which people? Which people? So one person who committed the act, and the one person is white as white. And the family, they voted for Donald Trump. And he also supported Donald Trump because he's got a t-shirt of Donald Trump. He has a Halloween costume of Donald Trump. He loves guns. The family loves guns. They like to shoot guns. They are gun owners. So which people? Which people? These people.
Talked about earlier the identity politics with Van Jones. Excuse me, the hypocrisy that comes from the left, the identity politics. Nobody talks about race and gender more than the left. You talk about microaggressions. What about actual aggressions? Talk about
what is he talking about?
Actually pulling the trigger. We're talking about cancel culture. What about canceling?
They kid actually pulled the trigger. The person who pulled the trigger is a Trump supporter. The family, they voted for Donald Trump. The dad was in the police. That is the person who pulled the trigger. What are you trying to say?
The progressive left, they own this, and not the right.
And if you think about it,
they own this how? How?
Because I'm trying to figure out who benefits. You know how, Adam, you say follow the money. You know what I mean? Who? Because think about it. You talk about your next 5 moves. You want to talk about planning ahead? They took out. It's not just this kid, bro. I think it's way deeper. You're taking out the guy that's motivating the youth. This is the future of the Republican.
Bring up the
Party, and
conspiracy.
They cut off the head. They cut off the head. Obviously, we're coming back.
They
to what
who?
you said the other day.
They cut off the head. They, who are they? They've arrested the person who shot Charlie Kirk. So who are they? The person who shot Charlie Kirk had a scholarship from a white family, lives in Utah, everything. The gun lover, dad was in the police. So who are they now? It's always funny how you're thinking that the war is coming from outside, forgetting that the war is within. The war is in your house. The fight is not going to be brought from outside. The fight is in your house. And the sooner you accept that the fight is in your house, the enemy is inside. The enemy is not outside. Because every time there's a mass shooting, it's always similar people, similar beliefs. But when you talk about black people and killing each other, it's gang war. They are fighting for turf and drug. But these type of shootings are always white people, and they are trying to shift the goalposts. It's so awesome. Anyway, I'm going to leave it now because we have just seen these people. And I'm telling you, if you want to start your own YouTube channel, start it. Say whatever you want to say. Say whatever you want to say, because these people are just spewing nonsense. Nonsense. And they're having 89,000 views. And people are just going to forget that before this guy was arrested, they were thinking that it was going to be somebody from the other side. Now they are trying. That douchebag called himself Adam Shosny now says, I don't want to know. I don't care about the person who committed it. I just want to speak about Charlie Kirk. Before he was arrested, you wanted to know. But now, oh shit, I don't want to know. See nothing, say nothing. Let's just talk about Charlie Kirk. Anyway, people, that's enough. I'm cramping. Don't forget, please. And I want to get this channel to 100,000 subs. It's possible. I got to 75,000, and I don't know, YouTube like shadow banned me for what reason, I don't know. But now I am going to react every day. D1W1, click and react. Hopefully you guys are going to give me a support. Remember, I'm not saying anything. I'm not trying to make sense. I'm just reacting. I'm just reacting to videos. I'm saying what I'm thinking. I'm saying what I'm hearing. I'm saying what I'm seeing. I'm not trying to be smart. I'm not trying to say things and say I don't know. How can you say I don't know at the end when you've already tried to put your own narrative, when you already tried to shift the goalpost, and then you finish by saying I don't know? I don't know need to come first. So you shut your mouth and listen to people who know. People who know what they're talking about. Anyway, people, see you. Guns do kill people. You don't need those big guns. If you want to protect yourself, you guys love guns, get a pistol. Wait for somebody to come into your house, into your private space. You can use a pistol, not an AK-47. Why are you having a rifle with scope? Who are you scoping? Are you in your house scoping to see if somebody's going to appear in your door? No. All you need is bam, 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 bam. Somebody breaks into your house, bam, 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 bam. Not a gun with a scope. If you have a gun with a scope, that means you want to kill somebody from a distance. You want to shoot somebody from a distance, which is wrong. Anyway, America, we love you. You give us entertainment and you make some of us money. I'm not making any yet, but one day I will. Peace out.